Hey guys, here we are, and welcome back to the Thompson Model Shop. And today we have for you issue 9 of Build the Enterprise 1701D. I'm pretty excited about it, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty, tell you what we're going to be covering in this video, and then we're going to get down here into the bench and start building some more of the saucer section of the Enterprise D. And with the Enterprise D saucer section, it looks like we're finally going to put in our control board here, which is going to basically plug in all those lights we just put in, and then some more of the saucer. No phaser bank yet, so that's coming soon. I'm not sure where this is going, but I'm going to think it's going to go to the Cobra neck. But that's all of stage 31. Then we're going to jump over and we're going to do stages 32 and 33, which is more parts to our saucer section, which is going to be outstanding. All right, we also have another piece here, I believe, for the Cobra. And then our final stage will be stage 34, where we do some more towards the saucer section. And then we start, like I said, working on our Cobra neck. So without further ado, I think it's time we get down on the bench and just start putting this sucker together. All right, guys, so here it is. It is number 31, and we have all of our parts. So what I'm going to do is get them out of the wrapping. And here it is, all the parts that we need. We have our little motherboard of where our lights are going to click in. We also have another piece of the saucer section. It's got a little blemish on it, but it seems to be buffing right out, so that's no big deal. We got some more escape pods, and then our fancy dancy little Cobra neck, which brings us to what we're going to do. We're going to bring over to the Cobra neck here, all right, which is this, and we're going to be adding on this piece. So we're going to do that real quick, and then we'll start getting ready to load up this onto our big saucer section. All right, so here we are. We have our clear piece and this is step A of stage 31, which really all you're going to do is just slide it right into place. It'll lock right in. It'll lock right in there for you. Now, it's going to be loose until you put that backing on, which we'll get to here soon. Okay, so what we're going to do is, since we don't have that backing, that's in the next assembly stage, but we do have kind of like a little bit of hope in this particular thing. So just be mindful, all right? I didn't see any light leaks from my little pre-test here, but that's not bad. So we're going to just take this and leave it off to the side, okay? And then we're going to come over here to this piece. Now, I did notice that we have some zip ties here, and I believe that's so we can tidy up those wires that are on the saucer section. However, I don't know if I want to use these just yet, so we'll decide that behind the cameras. And then we have our little metal piece here that we're going to work on. But we're going to go to step B, and step B wants us to add this cord into the corner, and then later on we should be able to assemble it into the saucer section. All right, and so now that that's all done, we had to put the cable inside the IN1. So when you look at it, it's gonna kind of look like that. So that's not too bad. It was kind of a little bit of a pain to put in there, but it just seems kind of loose. So I'm hoping that it works when we put it all in. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to get these FM screws and we're going to bring over the saucer section. So now that we've brought the saucer section back over, let's just recap, since we haven't seen it in a while. We've already seemed to be going in this direction of basically we're going in this direction to build our saucer section. So what we're going to do real quick is I'm going to flip this over, and you get to see the inside of this saucer section inside of the skeletal structure here. So this is a bit much, okay? Looking at all these wires now, they're everywhere, man. Like, they're everywhere. So I want to tidy them up just right, because remember, we still have the bottom half of the saucer that's going to be coming in, and all those wires, which are going to be just like these. If I could streamline this, it would have been so much better, but we're just going to work with what we have. So for now, what they're asking us is we got to kind of, keep the wires out of the way. So I got them a little held off to the side, and I have a few here, down here. But what they want us to do is there's a turn here, and then you have a little piece here, but they want us to buckle this down kind of, in a way where it's inside right here in this little section here. And as you can see, there's a few bracket spots where it's supposed to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to set it up, okay, because the flat side is going towards the middle, and then this curvature is going to be right here. So it's kind of weird because you got these little wires here and everything. So I'm going to kind of put this in place. All right. Now you got to be careful, because with these wires underneath, you don't want to get them, bunched up or anything. So I'm going to move them out of the way so I can get this piece on, and then it just kind of goes into place. So yeah, so we're just going to kind of do it that way. So I'm going to fandangle this a little bit. These wires seem to keep coming in my way, so I'm going to put them off to the side again. All right, and then tackle this real quick with some FM screws. All right, and so I'm going to put this last screw in. I was able to move the wires out of the way, but luckily in doing so, I guess you could say they freely move about because there's a little extra lip up here. So I'm just going to make sure all the screws are in nice and snug, because you don't want this bouncing around inside here, especially after you get everything put on. You don't want it to be bouncing around. So our next step after this is where it gets really tricky, is where we're going to be putting all the wires together. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of make it easy for us for this video. Is I'm going to kind of organize them out, and then after that I'm going to start putting it in, because we're going to be going to 18 Fox, and then another couple of 19 Echoes and a 24 Echo. Basically putting them all inside this motherboard throughout this step C here. So I just want to make sure that we put the right lights in the right place inside our motherboard, because it's all going to be up in this area here at the top that we're going to be doing it. And it's in the middle, so it's kind of intricate. So I'm going to come offline, set things up, and then make sure that we put the right ones in the right place. Okay, so we're back, and the reason why I'm back here is because, well, this is hectic. Okay, this is hectic. So I'm going to simplify this for you. So I'm going to do a lot of this behind the cameras, because I'm looking at some old issues, because I need to make sure I put the right ones in the right place. So if you're getting the issues and you made it this far and you threw out the old issues, I wouldn't recommend it, okay? Because you got to go back to 19 and 18, and you have to figure out and remember, unless you labeled these as you were going along, which I did not. I didn't think I needed to. I didn't think it mattered. But yeah, so going forward, I'm going to start labeling these so that way I know where the heck they're going. And then I'm going to take the labels off when I connect them. Because for right now, there is 2 from 18, which I already put in. They're the 2 that are right underneath this panel. And then you have 19, which is actually all the way down here to the front where 10 forward is. You have these 3 cables. They all have to come out, and then they're going to attach. However, they don't attach in a row because 24 Echo will be going right here. And so since 24 Echo is going to go here, so you'll have a 19 Echo and then another 19 and another 19 Echo, and then we're done right there. And then after that, they want us to zip tie all this stuff. So I'm going to put these in. I'm going to figure out where 24 is and put that in. And then we have more to plug in, as you can see. So this is going to be one heck of a video, guys. It's going differently. So bear with me. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's what I've done. I've put all the wires together. Still have all these Nitnoy wires. So what we're going to do is, with all this slack here from the ones we just did, I have these ones off to the side. So we're all done with step C as of now. Okay, I'm not zip tying anything until I know for sure like everything's going to be, because they want us to zip tie it and then go like this, and I'll come back to that at the end of all this charade here that we have to do. But the next step is step D, and we're going to O4J. There's 3 of them, so we're going to go find those, and then we're going to plug those in. Okay, so that was a bit of a hassle. Turns out they all have the letter B on them, so that worked out great. I was able to find them all taped up together. So I'm just going to leave the tape on here for now, so that way we're good there. And then we're going to leave all these other ones alone. So looks like we got these 3 and this all loaded up. So we'll hit that row when we can, but so far we got some wires coming in, and it's a bit of a bundle here. So I might be moving some of these around as we go on, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on, and now we have to go back to stage 22 and stage 28 and stage 24. And the reason why I say that is because you got to find in the sea of wires over here what they are, so that way you can pick the right ones and put them in the right spots, as they're saying on this board here. I'm hoping it's because of the lighting, and we'll see as that goes on. Maybe it's the strength. I don't know. I'm not an electrician, but I'm just hoping everything turns out good, because once we turn this on, oh my goodness, it's gonna be nice. So without further ado, let me go get the right wires, and then we'll put some more in. Okay, guys, so we're back here with this crazy monstrosity of wires and everything. So I've still got some few left over. So we're going to go back to some stages here. We have to go to stages 25, 26, 27, 20, and 21, just so that way we can do what we got to do and get these wires into the right holes. This piece is apparently going to just be here. Okay. And then we're going to attach a battery box at the end. So there is a little light at the end of this magnificent tunnel of wires for just this stage. Okay, guys, so we finally made it. I got through all this mess. Now I'm going to go behind the cameras later and really tighten this stuff up. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, it looks a little messy, but I'm going to go behind the cameras and tidy this up now that I know where everything is going. I'm going to label them so we don't miss out. And now the next stage is we attempt to light this whole thing up. Okay, so I'm glad to tell you it is all lit up. These are the extra lights that are going to be going to the panels that we're going to be working on at some point. But for now, here it is, all lit up, guys. Look at that. All right, quick little flyby there. All right, little quick flyby, let you guys see how it all looks. And we really don't have any light leaks. So, and this is a well lit room, and you can still see all that. So I mean, this is really nice. I mean, I'm just in awe on how it's coming out so far. So without further ado, I think we should just get on to the next one, because that one was quite a doozy for a stage. But to see it all lit up, I think that's really cool. Okay, so here we are. We're finally on stage 32. These are all the parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up, and we're going to get a cracking on it. So here it is, more of the panel. We got another one, so we can put some lifeboats and some lights. They gave us some windows and everything, the black windows and everything. Plus we have some DM screws, because we're going to be putting on this panel to here, and then we're going to be finally taking this panel and putting it on to our Cobra neck. All right. So without further ado, let's get on to step A. So here with step A, we have some windows we got to put in and some lifeboats. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to bore you with watching me put these in. So I'm going to put in the windows and the lifeboats, and then I'm going to come back. I possibly am going to use some tape to black this out, only because we've got a lot of light leaks in this thing, and I like to kind of jump ahead and make sure that we don't have any. Alright, so now that we've put the lights on, I've pre-prepped it. This black tape is here just as a precaution in case when we attach it there's some light leaks, but I'm hoping that we don't. So it's easy peel off, peel back on, and so we're not going to have to worry about that. So what I'm back to do here is take 32C, it's these lights. So we're going to split them a little bit, and just so you know, this one is going to go here, and the red and blue one will go on this side. So I'm going to put the red and blue one in, and then I'm going to put a screw in. Okay, little tug check. There we go. Grab my little screw here, and I'm going to go do that. And I'm going to do that for all the other three. Alright, so here we go. We've put in the last screw for this, which is good. Alright, everything's in there nice and snug. So, and my little black little piece here is starting to do a little sticky stick, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna do a quick little test, make sure everything looks good. And here's what I'm gonna do a quick little light test right over here. It's kind of what I've been doing behind the cameras before I attach it onto the ship itself. So let's see if I can get it to get into this little panel here. Alright, and it lit up. It's nice. And alright, looks good. Looks good. Alright, but I think I'm gonna do something else. So there's a little light that comes over to this side, so I'm gonna get rid of that real quick. So I'll be right back. Okay, so that piece is all done, which is good. Alright, and it looks really nice. I got the little black piece here. I'm going to try something new, and I'm just going to cover this piece right here because it reflects light out, so I'm blocking that. I tried the permanent marker one time and it didn't work, so I'm going to use this black tape that I have here, which is, it just blacks right out. It's not elegant, but it works. So we're going to leave that off to the side, okay, with the other panels that I have, because we still haven't put a lot of panels on, so I'm hoping everything's going to balance out, but you know, we're just following it step by step. So now we're on to step B, and what we're going to do now in step B is we have this, and then we have to bring back our Cobra neck, which I don't know if you guys remember, but this thing's really huge. I mean, it's huge. So what we're going to do with this Cobra neck is it says that we have to stick it upside down, and then we have some lights here. Now there's a light at the bottom, which tells us not to touch, and then there's the light at the top part here. So with this light at the top part, that's going to be going and attaching to the front of this Cobra neck here, and they're going to go into these two slots. So what we're doing is it wants us to split it up. Okay, so what we're doing with this is we're going to split it, and it's going to be the yellow wire going into the bottom half of here. They're not showing. I stand corrected. That the yellow will go at the bottom, and then this red and blue one, and such, will be going to another piece. However, on the bottom one here, that is this yellow and black one. That one is the one that we're going to be putting at the top. So this yellow and black one will go here at the top. All right, so I'm gonna just kind of put this in here so it's a little easier to kind of show. All right, so everything's here, and what's going to happen is your bottom half yellow and black is going to go here at the top. Okay, it's going to go here at the top, and then the yellow and black one from the top half, which is coming from this area here. So if you look at it, it's going to be this piece to the top, this piece to the bottom, because eventually it's going to come right into here. So, but we still have more lights to put in, so we're not going to be putting this in. We're just kind of, it's going to be connected like this for a little while. And then we're going to be putting some CP screws in here, here, and here. And then we'll do a light test when we turn this gizmo on to make sure that everything is lit up and there's no light leaks. And so there we have it, guys. All right, we have the yellow and black on the top, yellow and black on the bottom. And then I'm going to assume is that the blue and red that are left over will be going into the panels back here. And in this stage, as you can see, we did not get any of that. We only got a few items. So I believe in stage 33, we're going to be covering that. But as the video goes on, I like to keep you guys a little surprised, So here's what we're going to do next, okay? I'm going to turn this on and see a quick light test and see what we got working with us here. Oh, and look at that. Well, I don't know, you guys are seeing it here, folks. I think it looks really good. I don't really see any light leaks except for right up here at the top, but I'm okay with that for now, because I mean that's exactly right where the light bulb is, so I can't be too picky there. I mean that's just being too picky. But other than that, I mean, I think it looks good on the all in all. On the bottom, there's a little bit of a light leak down here, but I mean, like I said, it's right where the freaking daggone bulb is. So, the only thing I could tell you guys is if you want, you can put a little bit of tape where the bulb goes, so that way it just spreads out from there. But I don't know. I'll think about it, and maybe behind the scenes I'll make a change, but we'll see. Alrighty. Other than that, I think we should just move on to the next phase. So I'm going to turn that off to save some battery. Okay, it was irking me, so I did do that. I put a little bit of tape over the light source, and it seemed to balance out the rest. So here's the end result. As you can see, everything kind of just doesn't have a zero light leak, and it balanced the light out through the whole thing. So there's not too much. So that's pretty cool. I might be doing that in the future because this is pretty cool. A lot of light coming from that source, and yeah. So I think we just might be doing that in the near future to fix these light leaks. Instead of using tape all over the place, we'll just put it over the light source. That seems to be a new trick. Maybe that might be for just this. So you folks at home, try that yourself, see what happens. Okay guys, and here it is, all the parts for stage 33. So what we're going to do is we're going to knock this out. Now, looks like we're getting the right where the impulse engines are. So this is pretty cool. All right, I mean, to see this piece is, we're getting some progress here, guys. So other than that, we have a lot of some escape pods, and we got some lights. We're still going to use our blocker to block all this out because there's a big, huge gap here, and we know that there's going to be some lighting on the others on another piece in front of this. So I would like that light to go over to there and not through my escape pods. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead, flip this upside down. We have our windows and our escape pods. So I'm going to go put all of those on. Okay, so here it is. It's all done. I lit it up, and I think it looks really good. I don't really see much of a light leak. However, I did put my little magic black tape here and over here. However, when you put this on, you're gonna notice that there's a gap in here. So if you're not using the tape, these escape pods somehow are just gonna fall off. So I had to use the tape. So I'm not understanding why that's happening. I'm not sure. So, but I used the BP screws and everything. So I'm gonna hope it's all gonna balance out here as we move on, because we got to move on to stage 34. So I'm gonna disconnect this from the power source, and we're gonna put this off to the side again with our other panels. We seem to have a collection of panels, so let's see what happens. But for now, we're gonna move on to stage 34. Okay, and here we are with stage 34. We have our panel here, and we're gonna put some lifeboats and a boatload of lights, windows, and some black windows. So here's the back side. Everything's labeled, and as you can see, we have our little panel here, which is gonna go right on top. Okay, it's gonna be really fancy dancy because it's just gonna sit just like this, and then obviously this piece is going to be attaching to another piece. So it'll look like this in the end, with of course the windows and the lifeboats or the escape pods in. We also have another piece here, which is going to be for our Cobra, so obviously we're going to be going back to that. But for now, since we're just working on this, I'm going to put that off to the side, and we're just going to get it cracking on the windows here. You're going to need BP screws for this, so I'm going to put my BM screws here and my CP screws here because those are going to be for later. And we have some lights here, so looks like we're going to be using 34G throughout this. So we're just going to grab 34G, and then we're going to go ahead and attach that onto this gizmo, and we'll see what we can do. So I'll be right back from behind the camera to put these windows in. Okay, so here we are. I have finally put stage 34 together. It's our last stage for this video. So I'm just going to plug this in real quick, and there it is, all lit up. Looks really good. I don't see any light leaks. I did put my black tape there, and that seems to be helping out a lot. Now, there's another slot for a light here and another slot for a light up here, but I was looking on here, and it's interesting because you look to see where it's going. It's going here, and when I look here and I see the panel that's going up above, I don't see any lights in it unless it's for over here, but I think that's what the other panel that we already did is going to do anyway. So if we're trying to complete this whole thing, it seems like we only focused on this half, and we should be getting some more here. So I'm not quite sure. So I moved on, and I started looking ahead, but when I looked ahead, it starts going into the Cobra. So, I mean, so we're just going to work on the Cobra next. I was just kind of hoping that maybe they would bring back the saucer on the next page, but as you can see, um, as I'm looking here on mine, I'm going to let you folks here at Gnome know. So here's our next few steps that we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is, since I've already, put this one on, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place on this. And then it talks about some really tricky business down here with some lighting, and then some other tricky business where I'm going to have to take that panel off, it seems. It says begin by loosening all 5 screws in the battle section floor, and then we're going to finally attach the Cobra Neck's little wall here, and then once that's done, we turn it back on to ensure that all the lights are still working, which I'm really hoping it is. And then after that, we will be all done with stage 34. And then hopefully on the next video, we can start putting more of those panels that I've been collecting here uh, onto the saucer section. So without further ado, I'm going to go and bring back our Cobra, and we'll get cracking on that. All right, so what we did is I put the panels all on. All right, so all the lights are on here, and it's kind of tricky now that we got these lights. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on for you so you guys can see all the lights on the side wall here. And as you can see, they came out really good. I'm not seeing really much of a light leak, so I'm pretty ecstatic with that. I might see like a little hair worm. Oh, no, never mind. That is a actual window. I think it almost looks like someone's in it, but that's okay. It still looks good, and the inside still looks pretty well lit up. So our next phase, obviously, is we need to make sure that we take the 34G that we have, one of these, and we have to plug it in here and then set it up for the other sidewall. Once that is done, we'll go ahead and turn this off. Once that is done and we place this in here, that's when we're going to be able to loosen our plate here and then put in the side wall. And then once all that is done and we've attached everything, the final phase is to turn it back on and see it lit up, which is going to be a very momentous occasion. I have been dying to see at least the sidewall done. So I'm going to place these inside. They go right up in here in this little notch. And then once I get that in there, then we're going to go ahead and have these wires prepped and ready for the next sidewall once it arrives. Okay, so now that these are placed in and they're in their proper places according to the photo, all right, and I put them in there. So you're going to have one spare socket here, so that's going to be coming to get filled here soon. I don't know when, but soon. All right, because I don't think they're going to just put an extra socket in here just for whatever. So what we're going to do now is the tricky part, where we're going to have to loosen all these up just so we can get this on and then locked into place. So when you do this, be very careful because you have all these wires. Now, they are strong wires, so they might not break, but you might have to do some bending and such to get it in here. But if I have any, I'll let you know. If I don't, then I'll let you know. But for now, we're going to begin the process. Okay, as an update, I have it in. It was a bit of a hassle, but I managed to get it all lined up and into place. So everything seems to be very smooth, no bumps, no nothing. So the next object of what we have to do is get 3 BM screws, and we're going to be putting them here, here, and then here. So I'm going to go ahead and put those 3 BM screws in. Once that's done, then we have to begin to tighten these back down. It does not say to do that, but I'm going to do it anyway, just to do a little quick test. But I don't actually, you know what? Maybe I might just leave it. I'm gonna leave it just because. All right, because I know we got the next panel probably coming soon. We got to be finishing this on the next issue. It's just seems inevitable, unless we were going to be working on the saucer and we put this aside again for a little bit. So for now, I have the BM screws. I'm going to go ahead and put them in. Okay, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have everything placed in with the 3 screws, and that is how the Cobra neck looks on this side. I'm pretty impressed. That's pretty fancy. All right, we still have our little red blinky over here, which is doing pretty good. It's not too bright, and we have everything else lined up, and then we have our lights for the other side of the wall all lined up and in place. Oop, I gotta move that out of the way. There we go. So that's that, and that is it for stage 34. All right, and looks like we made it, guys. So we're just gonna end the video today with stage 34 being complete and letting you guys get a little gander at how this looks. And yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. It was a little stressful, as you can tell, with all the wires and everything that we have to do. Hopefully you folks at home will have a little easier time after watching this and saying, well, I don't want to go through that. But anyway, moving along, I think everything is going pretty smooth so far, and I enjoy the fact that you guys are enjoying these videos. However, if you do like it, go ahead, click the like. If you don't like it, well, just click the thumbs down, or you can leave a comment. If you do like the content and this is your first video, just don't forget to hit that subscribe, so that way you get the next update on either this one or any other models that we have here on the channel, because we have a lot coming up, folks. A lot coming up over the coming months. However, our flagship model, of course, will always be the Enterprise until that is finished. And for now, we still have other models. If you're interested in them, you can see them on our channel. They're the Knight Rider, the Kitmobile. We also have RoboCop that just got started. And we have our Ghostbusters Ecto 1. And sometimes we put a little shorts in here. So hopefully you enjoy everything you're seeing here. And everything else is going good in your little daily lives. But down here in the model shop, we just build the models and hope you enjoy them when they're done. And that is all. And so, until further ado, everybody, keep on modeling, and see you on the next build.